What do you think of knees over toes guy?
Ben, Patrick, yeah, I think he's got some interesting stuff there. I think, I can see, particularly with the deep flexion, where that can be beneficial. When we load our cartilage, there's an interesting MRI study out of Germany from about 15 years ago, and they looked at strength training athletes, and they looked at the articular cartilage. The cartilage in our kneecap is the thickest cartilage in our body. It's usually about 4 millimeters, which doesn't seem very thick, but for cartilage it is. And athletes that were using under high levels of tension saw thicker cartilage. So they actually protected that. So I think by doing that deep flexion in the back of the knee, where you often don't see much pressure, you're going to prevent probably breakdown of that cartilage. Because usually when you stick a camera in someone's knee, you look way back in the deep flexion part of the knee.
Yeah.
The tissue is very soft and breaks away, and this is what we start seeing as we get older.
Okay. Yeah, I like him. I've had him on the show. I just like the concept of, look, you know what, you have to do some conditioning. It's going to take time, but there's a lot more you could be doing, especially even professional athletes, down to your mom, your grandma, and I play with it and practice it.
Yeah, I do some of this stuff. I do it for fun. I enjoy it. Yeah.
And tell me about you. You're 55.
Yeah.
And you are still very athletic. You have been, throughout your later years. What's that all about? How are you able to be still such a high performance person?
Well, I mean, one, I've got the discipline to do it. I enjoy doing it, so I think that's important. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of like breathing. It's kind of what I've been doing my whole life, and it's part of my identity. And so, I enjoy it. I enjoy the process. I enjoy training. I enjoy pushing myself to the limit and see what the body can, what you can get out of your body. And I find it, really, since I've been about 50, when I switched diet, I just noticed my recovery was so much better. When I was in my mid-40s, I was starting to get that I'm getting older. I'm getting these aches and pains. I can't do as well. And then when I switched diet, it was like I suddenly got a little bit of youth back. And so now I'm taking advantage of that. And so I'm having fun. Like I said, I just started doing Jiu Jitsu, and so that's been a blast. It's been just, it's just, the thing I like about it is, when I'm doing Jiu Jitsu, and there's somebody trying to basically kill you, right? Because they're choking you out is basically, they could kill you if they succeed. That's highly stressful physiologically. And so you're fighting that. You're fighting it to not die, basically. And then when you're at home and no one's trying to kill you, life is so much easier. It's like, where's the stress in that? No one's trying to kill me right now. So I think I really enjoy that aspect of it. But I like I said, knock on wood, or God willing, I'll still be doing athletics in my 80s and 90s, hopefully.
Yeah. And before that, you were doing not like combat sports. You were doing a lot of rowing, Highland Games, which is still very intense physically. Right. But also now the jiu-jitsu, you're kind of going mano a mano.
Yeah, just different. I find that it takes me between 5 and 7 years to sort of peak at a sport. And I've been able to win world championships, set world records in 3 or 4 different sports now. And so once I get about 5 or 6 years in, and you're like, I can't get any better without a tremendous amount of effort. So it's like, well, let's do something new. You suck at it. Starting martial arts, you're not very good, and I'm still not very good. But I'm seeing the progress, and that's fun. That's just it's incredibly fun getting better at something.
Yeah, Ido Portal calls it the beginner's mind.
Right.
And you suck, but you're
and you suck a little bit less. And
and you're learning, but you suck, but you're learning faster than anything you've ever done, because your learning curve's like this. So you suck, but you're learning new stuff every day, and you can see your progress. And you're like, wow, this is fun. So as long as you can be okay with sucking at something, which means you take the ego hit, which a lot of people can't, then it's amazing.
Yeah, no, I came into this knowing that I was going to get choked out by little bitty people and little women, and so I didn't care. I was like, this is fun. I'm just having a great time with that.
Yeah, that's cool. Jiu-Jitsu's quite a lot of fun, man. It's an incredible workout, and if you're going against someone you don't know, then it can really feel like a death sport, because that's what it kind of is. So I got my boys training jiu-jitsu, and we would go.
I was in Dubai, and I guess in the UAE, all the kids by law do jiu-jitsu as part of their education. Like
really?
It's in the high school, the grade schools, or something like that. Can you imagine if they mandated it here or in the U.S.? I think it'd be great.
Probably change the whole society. Yeah. I know obviously Abu Dhabi were big adopters because they held the no-gi
the ADCCs,
tournament, the ADCCs for the last 20 years, and Henzo Gracie, been on the show before, is really tight with those guys. So they embraced it. I didn't know they were teaching it at the young age, but I love it. My boys do it. Again, like I always joke, like I have 2 boys, 5 and 6. I know you have a young boy. But when I come home at night, what do they want to do? They want to fight. That's what they want to do, fight. And so they're learning jiu-jitsu. They can choke me out pretty good now, and arm bars and all that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of fun going forward. And company-wise, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Like, you know, where's Rivero in 5 years?
Well, I mean, I think we are going to be a significant alternative to the sort of the status quo. You know, the allopathic model is what it is. You know, some people are still very much married to that and bought into that. And I think a lot of people are not getting out of it what they want to. And I think we're going to be one of the major players when it comes to, you know, do you want to go to the doctor and get a pill, or do you want to maybe reverse your disease and get and actually treat what's going on? And so we certainly should be up and running in all 50 states. Probably we'll have a global footprint by 5 years. That's a long-term goal. I've already got people, you know, around the world asking me, you know, can we do this in our country? And obviously there's different hurdles from different companies. But we're, you know, it's a digital platform, so scalability is obviously, you know, fairly infinite. And so, you know, I think we're going to be a big powerhouse.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, thinking about like my changes over the years. I mean, again, I'm 51 and I feel great.
Yep.
I'm training every day.
Yeah, I see you moving around, you know, great.
Yeah, I swim, I run, I do a lot of break dancing. I love moving. And again, I've now altered my diet to where it's like it works for me. I eat a lot of meats. I eat some vegetables. I try to stay away from carbs, and it just keeps me good and fit. And I don't really get injured. And I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to keep doing it. So. Yeah. I have a pretty strict diet. I don't like to eat processed foods, and again, I don't like the idea of surgeries or medications. And just stay off of it, and just keep it old school.
Yeah, I mean, I think your diet's great. I mean, like I said, I'm obviously an advocate of a carnivore diet, but I don't think everybody needs to do that. It's, you know, I've never been dogmatic about it. I mean, there's some people, like I said, if you're really sick and you can't get better, this is a good option for you. And, you know, and again, once you kind of go down that path and you've tried the veganism, you've made that journey, and I think many people should try that. But I mean, be objective and don't get sucked into the ideology. Just do it as a pure, you know, experiment for yourself, and then try the other avenue or something. Find out something in between. Find out what works for you, and you know, because people are asking me, can I eat this on a carnivore diet? I'm like, I'm not your mother. You know, just try it and see how you do for that.
That's kind of a beautiful thing about this diet too, because when you're veganism, you're vegan, you're always asking, can I eat this? Can I eat honey? No, because it's a bee, and you're like, what? And no, you can't eat eggs because it came from a thing and it's got a snout. And I'm, you know,
it's kind of funny they saw that citrus fruit now in the grocery store because it's got shellac on it, or wax, beeswax. Now they're complaining that you can't eat some of these citrus fruits, and so it's even fruit isn't vegan now. So it's hilarious.
Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I am just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
This course has been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just in overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you gotta pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.